Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're jumping right into something that's, well, it's absolutely crucial for building a successful career, especially in a field as dynamic as hospitality. We're talking about your professional identity. Think of it as your own personal blueprint for success.
Seriously, just pause for a second and think about that. It sounds so simple, right? But your answer to that one question, that's the foundation for the entire career you're about to build.
All right, so to even start answering that huge question, we've got to make sure we're all on the same page. What is a professional identity, anyway? Let's break it down.
Seat. Professional identity isn't just one single thing. It's this powerful mix of what's going on inside your head, your values, your skills, and what's happening on the outside, how your colleagues and your guests actually see you. It's that sweet spot where your self-awareness meets your reputation.
Look, if you're going to remember just one thing from all of this, let it be this. Your professional identity is simply the answer to the question, who are you when you're at work? It's your professional brand, plain and simple.
Okay, so how do you actually build this brand? Well, it turns out a really strong professional identity is built on four core components. You can think of them like the pillars holding up your entire career. First up, we've got self-perception. This is your internal compass, right? It all starts inside your own head. It's not just about the tasks you do, but who you believe you are while you're doing them. Here's a quick way to sharpen this. Ask yourself, what three words do I want my coworkers to use to describe me? That's your starting point right there. And this is a fantastic example. A chef's identity isn't just, I'm a cook. No way! It's, I am a creative artist, a disciplined professional, and the ultimate guardian of food quality. That way of seeing themselves? That's the secret sauce. It's what drives every single dish that leaves their kitchen. Okay, building on that, we get to our second pillar, your professional values and ethics. If self-perception is who you are, then your values are how you operate. They're your non-negotiables, the principles that guide every decision you make. To figure yours out, just ask, what's one thing I would never, ever compromise on at work? And you see this play out every single day at the front desk, right? These values aren't just pretty words on a wall. Valuing guest satisfaction means you're always looking for a way to go that extra mile. Honesty means you're transparent, even when it's tough. And punctuality, that shows you respect a guest's time. It's these values in action that create a truly trustworthy experience. All right, so you've got your self-perception, you know your values. The third pillar is where you put it all into practice, your roles and responsibilities. A strong identity isn't just about reading your job description, it's about owning it with total confidence. The key here is mastery. Just pick one of your main duties this week and figure out how to do it just 10% better. That's how you build that rock-solid competence. Think about it like this. The supervisor's identity isn't just about managing a team. It's built on this core promise of guest safety and comfort. Every time they make sure a room meets that high standard, they are living out their professional identity as a guardian of the guest experience. And that brings us to the fourth and final pillar, which is where all that internal work really starts to pay off. External perception. This is where your identity meets the real world. This is your reputation. I mean, to put it bluntly, it's the story people tell about you when you're not in the room. So here's the bottom line. All that internal work, your self-perception, your values, your competence, it all comes together to shape how other people see you. Are you known as the reliable one, the go-to person, the skilled expert, the one who can handle any tough situation with a bit of grace? That perception is a huge part of your professional identity. Okay, so we've broken down what a professional identity is. We've talked about the four pillars. But here's the real question. Why should you care? Why does any of this matter? Let's connect the dots and see how this directly fuels your career, especially in hospitality. Well, it's because a clear, strong identity, it's a direct line to success. When you know who you are professionally, you build trust with guests because you're consistent and reliable. You work better with your team because they know exactly who you are and what you stand for. You move up in your career because leaders can clearly see your value. And you don't even have to try to uphold industry standards. They're just part of who you are. Okay, now for what I think is the best part. We've talked about all of these different pieces, and I want to give you a really simple but powerful way to put them all together. This is your personal formula for success. Here it is. This is the simple formula that pulls everything we've talked about together. Your professional identity equals your skills, plus your values, plus your role, plus your reputation. Your skills are what you can do. Your values are your guide. Your role is how you take action. And your reputation, that's the result of it all. If you can master these 4 things, you're not just doing a job anymore, you are actively building a powerful career.
So, that's the formula. But what does it actually look like in the real world? Let's check out how this plays out in a few key hospitality roles.
This table, it just lays it all out so perfectly. Notice how each identity becomes this short, powerful mission statement? The front office person isn't just checking people in, their identity is being a friendly, guest-focused professional. The chef isn't just cooking, they're a creative, quality-focused professional. See? A strong identity like this, it defines not just your tasks, but your purpose. It gives you a clear direction every single day.
And you know what? All of this brings us right back to that first, most important question. Your professional identity isn't something that just happens to you. It's something you build, something you shape, and something you choose every single day. It's your blueprint. So take these tools, use that formula, and decide, who will you choose to be?